Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pimps and gimps, what is going on? It's DST, and today we have a very special news update involving the Metal Gear Solid universe. For those of you that know me, you'll know that I'm one of the biggest fans of the MGS series, and if you've kept up with my channel, I've made some videos regarding the first ever leaked footage of Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, a follow-up on Ground Zeroes, confirmation on the currently in production Metal Gear Online 3, and now I present to you one of the biggest mindfucks to come out of Kojima Studios since... well, I think this is their first mindfuck, really. I mean, I've managed to pull off some of the stuff they've put together from previous exclusive footage of the games they've released. But this time I'm stumped. First things first, I want to give a quick shout out to my friend Destiny who sent me this trailer, along with the link I'm about to share with you guys. She and I are both hardcore MGS fans, and we just had to check this out for ourselves. So, I'm here to talk about the first ever trailer for something that Konami and Moby Dick Studios call the Phantom Pain. What the fuck is the Phantom Pain? Where in the world did that name come from, and who the hell is Moby Dick Studios? Well, it's all over this video. I think Moby Dick Studios is actually I don't know if it's a branch of Konami, but it's like 6 days old, I believe. 6 days. It's either they're 6 days old or the website is 6 days old. They don't have anything on it yet. So I'm guessing they're brand new with the production of this game. But now, before you watch my little analysis of the trailer, I suggest you check it out first. It will be in the description below. My video will be showcasing some theories presented by the official PlayStation Magazine UK. I'm just going to give a little rundown of what they like to call the 15 reasons why the Phantom Pain is in fact MGS5. So without any further ado, let's get started. The picture that you are seeing at this moment is the logo that was shown in the trailer, and if you watch it, you'll notice that a few lines are seen around the title, The Phantom Pain. I honestly don't know how they managed to pull it off, but they fit the words Metal Gear Solid 5 perfectly into those lines shown. So I guess you could say this was not a sign, but more along the lines of a billboard, practically. Next up, we have Warren Vidic from Abstergo Industries. Just kidding, I'm just playing. This guy is actually Dr. Marv, and if you don't know who Dr. Marv is, you should probably look it up in the Metal Gear Online wiki. Or just Metal Gear Solid wiki, not online. But no, he's not Marv from Home Alone. Dr. Keo Marv is the Czech scientist who made the oil-producing bacteria Oilix in Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. Not Metal Gear Solid 2, but rather the age-old MG2 Solid Snake, which was originally just released in Japan until Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence was released, and that game included both Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. If you watch the trailer, you'll notice that A, he is a dead ringer to the original 8-bit can't speak today. 8-bit picture you see, and B, he has an East European twang in his accent in the trailer. Kojima, being the suspicious genius that he is, likes to keep his projects under wraps for the most part while handing out tidbits of information every now and then to keep us thinking. A while back, he tweeted out several pictures of mocap actors rehearsing a car crash scene, surgical equipment, and a doctor on hand to provide technical advice, all of which were seen in the Phantom Pain trailer. Now, this next bit is kind of tricky to believe. It could go both ways with the current updates that we have so far. We see a man reach up with a hooked arm, yeah, I guess you could call it a hooked arm, at a few white petals fluttering through the air. Does that ring a bell for any of you MGS fans? Perhaps from the iconic final battle between the boss and Naked Snake in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snakey. This next one, like the previous picture, is a bit off the wall. They're suggesting that these two are wearing the same hospital pants. It could be a far-fetched theory or a dead-on theory, because Kojima could have given this man any type of hospital wardrobe, but he chose to give him just pants. Eerily identical pants. In MGS1, once Snake rescues Mrs. Rookie Eyes in level B1 of the tank hangar, he watches as she escapes on her own into the elevator and leaves him. Shortly afterwards, a strange floating being appears in front of the elevator, and Snake thinks he's hallucinating. Do you guys remember that? Later on down the road, we find out that this man is actually a member of Foxhound named Psycho Mantis. I know it's kind of hard to see, but what PlayStation Magazine is suggesting is that this person on the elevator is a quote-unquote mini Mantis. It could be the Sorrow too, but we'll roll with it for now. Reason being is because his age would fit the timeline for the Big Boss era of the series, not to mention, shortly after this little scene, a screen pops up with the words, "Am I in a dream?" Now, is it too soon for me to suggest that Am I Hallucinating and Am I in a Dream could very well be connected here? I'll let you guys decide on that. This picture is a total mindfuck slash badass picture double backslash homicide fanboy inducing piece of news. I didn't even think of comparing this to Ground Zeroes at first, but holy shit. In the trailer, a man with a burned face is helping our supposed Snake out of the hospital as a group of soldiers comes to kill everyone. Why they're there, we don't know. But could this man with the burned face very well be our supposed main antagonist, quote-unquote, from Ground Zeroes? Could the two of them have had some history that was post-Peace Walker but pre-Ground Zeroes? And let's not forget, from Fox, 2 Phantoms were born. Also, it sounds like Kiefer Sutherland does the voice acting of the burned face patient, aka Jack Bauer from my all-time favorite TV show, 24. Well played, Kojima. Well played. Now, as I'm looking at this next one, it appears to be a picture of what looks to be Snake from either Ground Zeroes or Portable Ops. The reason I'm torn between those two is due to the fact that he has the appropriate goggles on his face, similar to the Ground Zero ones. However, his armor resembles the clothing you get in Portable Ops. Could it be a hallucination? If it is, this dude seriously needs to lay off the shrooms. The next one should not even be up for discussion. This is Volgin. He's on fire, but it is Volgin. The armor, the arms, the head, everything about him. This flaming man screams Volgin from Metal Gear Solid 3. But of course, we cannot be for certain, even though I'm 99.9% sure it is Volgin. Another far-fetched theory from our PS Magazine friends saying that this man on fire is in fact Raiden. It very well could be. I don't know how, but it could be. Seeing as how we have no other news aside from the recently released trailer, so insert your own opinion here. The website talks more on some random-ass tweets that Kojima sent out involving nurses and a white horse. Well, as close as this flaming unicorn is to a white horse, we'll go with it for now. The nurse tweets make sense since the entire trailer takes place in a hospital that is under attack by an unknown group. It all points at the possibility of all this being the latest Fox engine tech at work. And of course, it wouldn't be an MGS game without a giant, flaming death whale! But with all joking aside, what I'm thinking is that whatever this thing is, it's the next Metal Gear unit. We had Rex, Ray, Arsenal Gear, the Shagohod, the Geckos, and now Metal Gear Dick. Named after Moby Dick. I'm coining that. Can you give me a trademark on that? Thanks. If it looks and sounds like a snake, then it probably is Snake. Although I have my own theory regarding this. We have the mullet, the beard, the raspy breathing, and the slight scar underneath his right eye. With identical similarities to our latest Snake in Ground Zeroes, I only have one thing to ask you guys. Why is Captain Hook in Snake's body? I mean, how the hell did he lose half his arm? For God's sake, someone has to explain that to me. At this point, all I can think is, needs more Mini-Mantis. And sure enough, here he is. I spy with my little eye a child in black who thinks he can fly. And look at that. His arms are in such a position that it is nearly, if not identical, to that of Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid 1. So I guess my Sorrow theory is jumping out the window, just like Kanye West's song, Power. Reason being is because if it were the Sorrow, his leg would be slightly bent to fit his usual floating position. This, however, points more towards Mantis. Also, at the end of a trailer, a voice comes over and it says, V has come too. It sounds like a Russian voice, but it might just be English with a slight accent. This could imply a lot of things, but PS Magazine, their first thought is that V is for 5. V has come too could mean that Ground Zeroes was announced, and now Metal Gear Solid 5 has been revealed as well. Our final piece of the puzzle comes from a tweet from a man named Alex Rubens, who said, quote-unquote, "There are people in the VIP section of the Konami party wearing Phantom Pain / Moby Dick Studio t-shirts." The man on the right is Kyle Cooper, a title sequence designer who worked on Metal Gear Solid 2 as well as Metal Gear Solid 3. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a picture that is just the cherry on top. Alright, so my original thoughts about all this is, before I saw PS Magazine's article, was that this hospital was where the supernatural beings that we see in MGS games got their quote-unquote abilities, so to speak. Like, you know, maybe Vamp was in here too, we just didn't see him in the trailer. Psycho Mantis is in here, he might be a patient, I don't know. This unknown force was coming in to take them prisoner, but it's still a little far-fetched because, I mean, I suppose it's still a possibility. There's just a flustercluck of different things going on. I mean, we have Volgin over here chilling with Psycho Mantis while a flaming unicorn rushes through the hospital and giant flaming death whale eats someone. Not to mention, Kojima now has Ground Zeroes in production, Metal Gear Online 3 in production in the LA studio, and now we have the Phantom Pain revealing itself as a possible Metal Gear Solid 5. Remember, it has not been confirmed yet. However, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is Metal Gear Solid 5. I'm going to have to marinate on all this for a little bit. I'll keep an eye out for future articles leading to a pro analysis of this trailer. Until then, guys, I hope you all enjoyed your stay today. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hand gesture the shit out of that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe for further news updates on what Kojima has going on inside his badass mind. Until next time, guys, this has been DST, and I'm out. Peace!